Hello, 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 Love Revolution beloveds. Y'all, I am so excited to bring this guest here today. Diana Fritz, she and I met through our dear friend Noemi, and I cannot wait for her to share her story of how love is woven in her personal life and her professional life. And really, it's all about 8 billion people loving 8 billion people. And I don't know that I can interview all 8 billion of the other folks on the planet. But every single time I have the opportunity to interview folks, it is a joy and delight for me. So, with that, welcome, 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 Diana.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. This is a great podcast, great topic, and I love your passion.
Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, why don't you just tell the audience a little bit about you and then we'll get started.
Okay. Diana Fritz, I am in lovely Florida, but I hide from the sun frequently because I have this unique look about me with a 11-year cancer journey, which led to eventually needing my eye removed and areas around my eye. And I've got this, fancy skin patch, which is a skin from my leg. But I am so thankful to be here. So I am a Floridian in the morning. I go to the beach at sunrise and then I hide from the beach during the sun during the day and come back out at night. But no, just kidding. But um, I I have just honored to be alive, but also so blessed at whether it's my professional journey or just my time within the medical profession and with all the doctors and the nurses, and how much and the importance, right, of the heart
Yeah.
and caring and loving others has impacted me personally, but also has allowed me to impact the people that I'm around every day, whether that's in work and building teams and just believing the best in people and giving them the chance to be themselves, or doing the same thing with the nurses and the doctors that I've interacted with or the patients beside me. When we are focused on others and appreciating them, everything becomes better.
That's exactly right. Oh, that is so beautiful, Diana. That is so beautiful. At Love Revolution, our definition of love is letting others voluntarily evolve and letting ourselves voluntarily evolve. And so meeting people right where they are, particularly in those medical settings, because you're meeting other patients and you don't know where they are in their journey and where they are in their mindset and where they are with their emotions and all of that. And then you're meeting medical staff who are humans who have a life outside of their medical profession. And, in this constant place of turmoil, there's really not a profession out there that it's just like, do, everything's fine and good and life is fabulous and nobody's picking on us and nobody's upset with us and everybody loves everything that we do. I mean, that just, isn't. Before we dive into impact, which I definitely do, I want to share one little story with you, Diana.
Yeah.
For 14 years, I lived on St. Simon's Island, which is about 2 hours north of where you are. And that's where my son was born. And I have really, really fair skin. And his dad had skin that would get really olive, that he could get like a really great tan. And so when Alexander was born, I was like, oh, I hope he gets his dad's skin because, we live at the beach and. So anyway, he was born and he was just this beautiful little olive little baby. And I was like, oh, yay, he has his dad's skin. And he was jaundiced. And so that was
Yeah.
not his olive skin. And so I, like you, I was like, I'll be out there before 10 a.m. and I'll be out there like 7 p.m. and after. And so I would get home from work and put Alexander on the back of my bike. It was like a year or two old. We would go to like Subway or something, right? Bike to Subway, get sandwiches and then go to the beach because I didn't have to have sunscreen for either one of us. And he would play for hours and hours and hours. I mean, we had so many fond memories of sitting out there. But you and I are in the minority because most people are like, I only want to be there between 10 and 6. And you and I are like, mm-mm, yes. So I love that you like that's another form of love is you love
Yeah.
where you are. Everybody wants to live at the beach or everybody loves, there's like something so calming. And you have found a way to love yourself enough to maximize every minute you can at the beach. And how beautiful is that?
It is, I would tell you, it is absolutely beautiful to get up at like 6 a.m. and walk across and sit there and watch the sun come up, there's
Yeah.
nothing like it.
Yeah.
So
Nothing like it.
it's
Yeah.
powerful.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, let's get back to this impact because I think this
Okay.
is so incredibly important. Talk about your mindset, your intentionality when either professionally or in a medical setting or with your family and friends, whichever direction you want to go, about I can just tell you're intentional. So talk about intentionality. Let's start
Yeah.
there.
I in terms of like family and friends, right? I strive to be very intentional to see the best in people and to help them to see what they can become. Because so many times we limit ourselves because we don't believe that we can do it and we don't see the potential in ourselves. And I know for myself personally, 15 years ago, I never wanted to get up in front of a crowd, whether it was 10 people
Mm,
or 200. But somebody believed in me and kept pushing me to do it. And so I need to be that same person
mm,
for the people around me and to help them see that they can do things. And it's okay if we trip. That just means we learned and we
yeah.
get back up and we keep going. And that has applied well in all of the different jobs I've had or opportunities to work with people. And I also I keep in touch with people that I've worked with from 15 years ago that they have reported to me. It's always important that they know that I'm always there to be a mentor for them and to be somebody that can, believe in them and help them to see a path forward. That's
Wow.
important to me. And I also look at that in terms of the medical journey I've been on, there's very few people that look like me, and that's okay. This is my unique look.
Uh-huh.
Um, but it's also been an opportunity for me to capture the fact that I am different. So when I go to the grocery store, I better smile because they're going to remember me
Yeah.
the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
I also will look for opportunities at the hospital that I go to. I tell them, I'm a part of your team now. I've been coming here for 11 years, so I'm just a part of the team.
Ah,
So use me. So if I can help another patient that's going to undergo a similar surgery as mine,
wow.
let me talk to them because I didn't have somebody to talk to from a patient perspective.
Yes.
And I know now there was lots of questions I would have asked. So just actually it was the last week in July, I got to talk to a patient. She had a copy of my book. And she was having a lot of questions about surgery. And I said, well, my goal in my book was to be transparent. So there's pictures in there of what I looked like, and there's also some stories going into it. But you can call me if you want to talk. If you have any
Ah,
questions, like you call me. So she did the night before her surgery, and I answered a few questions for her. And I think in her words, we've been keeping in touch with her after her surgery. She's like, you helped me because I just don't. The doctors can't explain it the same way, and they can't because they
yeah.
haven't lived it.
That's
They
exactly
don't
right.
know.
That's exactly
And so that's just a passion of mine too,
beautiful.
just to help those that are going to undergo a similar journey because I'm uniquely qualified to help them.
Hmm.
And if I were bitter about my journey, I would miss the opportunity that I
Yeah.
have to get to love on others. So,
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. She connected with you specifically through your book or a different way?
well, actually, my doctor in Miami,
Okay.
he knows that any patient that needs somebody to talk to, that he'll text me and be like, Diana, I have another person for you. Call
Okay.
them.
Okay.
So that's how
Excellent.
I connect with patients down there. But I'm open to
Excellent.
anybody that connects with me from my website or the book to talk with them.
Excellent. Excellent. And every single time we do something for somebody else, I mean, particularly, when we're trying to be loving. I mean, I get that sometimes helping hurts and sometimes we're trying to be helpful, but we're being codependent, blah, blah, blah. I'm not talking about that. I'm just saying, like, in the space when we're reaching out to others and we are intentionally helping others, it never stops there. It is always a benefit to us. And there are many people who have been through X amount of surgeries and all of this medical stuff. They're not texting with their doctor because they haven't yet become a teammate. And somehow, some way, you were intentional about being a teammate with your physician and not a teammate for him to do something for you, but a teammate for you to also do something for him, which is helping him help other patients, which is this whole beautiful idea of interconnection. And again, going back to the 8 billion people loving 8 billion people. Like Diana, have no idea what your impact will be until you're on the other side, and you're facing your maker. And it's like, oh, well, yeah, Diana, you said this, and then that made that person say that, and then, it just ripples out. However, what is the name of your book? I thought if she met you through your book, but what's the name of your book?
Uniquely imperfect, uniquely qualified.
Love that. Love that. So if y'all are watching and you want to go grab a copy, I'm assuming it's on Amazon and other outlets. And
Yes, yes.
excellent, excellent, excellent. Yes, that's just such a powerful, powerful way. I wrote a book, Debt-Free Degree. So that's
Mhm.
one aspect of loving yourself is graduating without any student loan debt. And several people, not my publisher, but several people said, Elizabeth, do not put your actual phone number in the book. Like put your Google phone number in there. And I did at one time have a Google phone number, which I've given up because I'm like, why do I need two phone numbers? Like I can block people if they're getting annoying, and I can count on one hand how many people have texted me after reading my book and saying, "What are your aha moments? Please text me, please email me, please." I think people are just so like, "Oh, I'm just going to be inundated and I'm just not going to be able to handle the flood." When in actuality, people are so doing their own thing, and so it's like opportunities to be with other people is such a gift. Just
Yeah.
absolutely such a gift.
It is. And many doctors, right, don't give out their personal cell phone number to a patient. And that is, something I am blessed to have multiple cell phone numbers on my phone, or they'll call me personally to talk to me. And that happens because of their passion, but also because it's a two-way
Yes.
connection, right?
Yes. Yes.
But I do not have my cell phone number in my book, but I love that idea though.
Well, let me just say it's not going to drive you crazy. I mean, at
Yeah.
least, I mean, perhaps you've got millions of readers and maybe it does drive you crazy and you're going to regret putting it in there. That's not yet my problem. So you love sharing your message because like what is your motivation or what is what you hope is the takeaway?
Um, I at this point, right, in my life, right, um the opportunity to share my message is a way to help encourage people to move forward. We all get hit with adversity, and what we choose to do with it determines if we become better or if we become bitter. And
Wow.
I, it's just very moving to me when I have the opportunity to speak to different crowds that they come up and say, you know what? I've been stuck, but you showed me that I can still move forward because you're showing up
Yeah.
that I can use it.
Yeah.
And I can start to speak to people that have the same disability as me.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, right? I love that. I also I know that my faith and my mindset to choose to look for the good and to be positive has been so impactful to me in my journey from well before I had cancer, right? There's many life lessons that remembering that no matter what happens, I get to choose how I
Yeah,
respond. Nobody can
yeah,
take that from
that's
me.
exactly right.
Um, that has been super powerful to me. And the opportunities I've had over my career, I do a lot of training around accountability, and we all mess up, right? It's whether we learn from it and move on, or we become a victim, right?
Mhm,
Or it's around communication and how we better connect with people, or leadership or teamwork. Like your mindset and approach is just so key to everything we do and
mhm,
how we show up for people and for ourselves.
mhm. The other day I was watching something, and now I don't remember what it was. It was something random that was, on TV. And it was in a law office, and the head partner was yelling at one of the associates. I mean, just completely dressing them down. It was one of those like it's like a prestigious law firm, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I thought to myself, you've got as much money as you can. I mean, they're making buku bucks. They're in this, beautiful opulent setting. Everybody's, dressed to the nines, and you can't be kind.
Yeah.
Like you still haven't figured out, like you figured out all these other things that people say make you look successful, but you haven't figured out the way to be kind, to be loving in the midst of all of that. And, inserting accountability, inserting communication, inserting essentially love into how you serve the people that report to you, how you encourage others in that journey, that even that accountability piece, that's a way to love on people. And to find the ways that we can insert love, because honestly, if there's ever a time we need a love in the world, I do believe it's today. And it's not this emotional, conditional love. It's agape, unconditional, a very cognitive love. Like it's a choice, like you said. And even the way that you love yourself so well to say, I'm not gonna stay stuck here. I'm gonna acknowledge what's going on, but also we're gonna move through. And one way to move through is for me to help others to move through, and how powerful that is. I just absolutely, I'm so, so, so delighted that Noemi connected us. And I, uh, I can't wait to go follow you on all the socials and learn even more about you and continue edifying and amplifying your story, because what an inspiration you are. What a love bug you are, Diana.
A love bug. I like that.
You're a love bug.
We
Yes.
have a lot of those in Florida.
Yeah. Yes. I remember love bugs. Oh my gosh. I hadn't thought about love bugs in a long time. Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's amazing. Is there anything that else that you want to share, and or a place, if folks want to get in touch with you, what's the best place for them to reach you?
Yeah, no, it's great. I am active on LinkedIn, so that's a great place to connect with me. And this is the picture that's on LinkedIn. It is who I am, right? So I'm easy. It's easy to know that you've got the right Diana Fritz to connect with on LinkedIn. And then I also have a website. It is GRITUIUQ.com. So that is the Grit is the name of my company, and then UIUQ is the initials from my book. And I'm working on with a team to help uh, rebrand the site a little bit, because grit for me stands for grace, resilience, influence, and trust. And I don't have that spelled out all right now, but that's an element of how I just work to care for people and connect with people and lead with people. And it's really important. Actually, I did some, trainings on that this week. The grace we expect others to give us, we need to make sure we extend it to others. And so grace is pretty important in my
Beautiful,
world.
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. One other thing that you probably don't know about me is I use the GRIT blueprint in all of my coaching. So I have like five different acronyms for GRIT, but for
Ah,
love, for leading with love, it's gratitude, responsibility, interconnection, and three. It's that power of three. And so just another form of synergy.
yeah.
Love, love, love. I love you, Diana. I am so delighted that you had this time with me, my audience, and just delighted to share your message, and just so thankful that you're in the world.
I am thankful for you too. I'm glad we got to do this connection. So I need to find you when I'm near your area in Georgia.
Yes, yes. And if I get down there, I'm going to call you. Absolutely.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect,
All right. Love
perfect.
Revolution, beloveds. This has been a Love Revolution interview with Diana Fritz. And until next time, appreciate y'all. And don't forget our mission of 8 billion people loving 8 billion people, one heart at a time. Thanks, y'all.